Hey everyone, it's a quick hit. Let's get right into it. It's David. Welcome back. We dived deep into our Hey everyone, it's David. It's just a quick hit here on a Sunday. Look, we dived deep into this episode of Salt Lake yesterday on Patreon, minute by minute. Anyone that has not heard that, go and sign up for our Patreon. It was just on in the background a few minutes before I hopped on here again without even trying to put it on. But Lisa Barlow's life lessons, I'm sorry. This episode to me was so funny. Her life lessons, her legal lessons, dismissed is not the same as denied. I mean, we have all these sayings for Meredith, but I mean, we have a lot for Lisa too, and dismiss not being the same as denied. I don't know. I love it. Thank you for the legal lesson, Lisa Barlow. I love how she keeps saying she's not bothered. She's not bothered. She's not bothered. Also, she invites Bronwyn to this lunch. The whole point of this, yes, this is what happens when it's on. Again, I start to hyper focus. The whole point to this lunch was clarity. She wants to put up these big borders and teach everyone clarity. And then Bronwyn asks a question and she's like, it's none of your fucking business. I mean, these women, all of them, Mary, Whitney, Barlow, you're included. I love you. Meredith, they are so fucking delusional in the best way possible. I don't know. It's just, there's no self-awareness, and I mean that in just the best way possible. Thank you, Lisa and Meredith and Mary and all of you just for being so entertaining. I really am thrilled. It's funny. And then when Lisa was on Watch What Happens, they were doing, because she name drops all the time, they were doing a Do You Know Them? And it came to New Kids on the Block. And she's talking about how she went to the concert in Vegas and she was and Andy's like, okay, well, that's not meeting them. And she was at the concert watching it and they walk out into the audience and they're singing and walking around. You know, like when the performer passes you and they come up to you and they're singing to you for 2 seconds. And she says that that was meeting New Kids on the Block. And even Andy's like, I went to the Cher concert and I sang along. It doesn't mean that I met Cher. That's really funny. Delusional Barlow, delusional cast in the best way possible. I love Salt Lake. Okay, I spent enough time on that because we did the whole freaking thing yesterday on Patreon. One thing though that we didn't talk about, which I thought was interesting. Terri Hatcher has a Desperate Housewives podcast now. And I think it's really, she said she was approached in the past she's like, look, there'd be no housewives if it wasn't for Desperate Housewives, which is true because it was the OC with Misha Barton and Desperate Housewives, which gave Andy the idea, or I should say Scott Dunlop, for RHOC. But Terri Hatcher said she was approached like years ago, not like 20 years ago when it first started. What season are we of Beverly Hills? 14, 15. But that she, a few years ago she was approached like, would you ever? And she was like, I'm so boring. I feed my cats, I visit my senior parents, and I clean. So I'm not the one that you would want. I just thought that that was very interesting that they approached Terri Hatcher. Fun fact, interesting, right? Happened before. We never really talked about it. Um, Okay, I'll hold off on that. Well, you know what I think is interesting is Erika Jayne slamming Gretchen. Shocker that here's the thing. Is Erika allowed to be anti Tam rat? The rat that scurries. I mean, isn't that, I'm even going to say something nice about Teresa in a few minutes. Isn't that the point about being on a podcast? I don't hate anyone. I don't hate Teresa. I just know what she did with Melissa Zolnose and the bloggers. And I mean, you know what, David? That was years ago. Get over it. So I don't like when you're up to like no good. But I have nothing against Teresa. I mean, she's acted like an asshole, but I'm actually about to praise her. But You got to be objective. So I really have nothing against any of these people. I'm very objective. Gonna say something nice about Teresa in a minute. All the tree huggers come and sit in the front row. But, Teddy, is Erika, you do your diamonds in the rough. Is she allowed to criticize Tamra? I mean, I know, Teddy, that you're foregone. I get it. You are anti-Gretchen. You're anti-everybody. You're anti-Gretchen, you're anti-everybody, kind of team Katie now that Tamara has reconciled with her ish. But I mean, is Erika allowed, Teddy, to have her own opinion? Asking for a friend because Erika comes out every week and she's so against everyone that Teddy is against. Erika, I know you are trying to settle the lawsuits. I love you, Erika Jayne. I do. Saw you live many times. What gay man doesn't love seeing Erika Jayne live? But I just think it's funny that you're always agreeing with Teddy on who. Obviously, you don't like Gretchen because of Tamra, and that's like the podcast regime that is paying you, and that's where I have a problem. Just be honest. So Teddy basically accuses Gretchen of lying, but Erika kind of slams Gretchen. Um, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but basically they were talking about it, and Erica starts out. This isn't really slamming, but she goes further. She says, I thought fireball, because Gretchen does the fireball shot. Look, am I a fireball person? Maybe in private. I mean, I wouldn't order a Cosmo out, an appletini. I wouldn't order a fireball, a sex on the beach. These drinks are from like the 80s and 90s and like early 2000s, but let's not be snobs. Do I like Fireball behind closed doors? It's kind of good. But Erica says, I thought Fireball was it was like 5, 10 years ago. Is anybody still doing it? All right, Erica, you're getting catty now. If Tamara did it, would you be saying this? And then Teddy says apparently people that still talk about things that only happened 10 to 15 years ago. Erica says they're stuck in there and they're still drinking Fireball. So they're obviously ragging on the fact that Gretchen's stuck on the past. I agree. I'm not so thrilled about being stuck on the past. Teddy said, I beg you, let's make like a nice cap. Like, please stop talking about anything 10 years prior. Erica says, how about we just talk about what happened these last few months when you came on the show and got reunited? Teddy then accused Gretchen of lying about things on camera. Erica now speaks up. She's also too experienced. That is what bothers me. Gretchen has experienced stuff enough to know that that's going to come back. Erica's basically slamming Gretchen as like, you know how to play the game, girl. You know what's going to come back. Um, I do agree with these things that they now go on and say about Katie. Erica says, by the way, where is this girl, Katie? She just poof went off, erased from record. Like, yeah, wow. Here one day, gone the next. Teddy says, not even a mention of her. I do agree. I think it's weird. It's weird. This is why I don't think Katie is coming back. It's like, I got rid of her right before our very eyes. I mean, oh, I don't dislike you, Katie. I don't dislike you. The fans like you. The fans call for you to be there. But Erica's not happy with Gretchen, but it just really raises the bigger issue of, is Erica allowed to have, I get it, two T's, that's who pays your bills, blah, blah, blah. Are you actually allowed to have an opinion that is not anti-Gretchen or anti someone that Tamara and Teddy are mad at? I really should say anti Tamra, because who Tamra doesn't like, Teddy, of course, doesn't like, and now Erica. So it's a gang up by three. Whoever, this is what they said about the Fox